he got murdered, his killer is still out there. You know, his killer is still out there, but he got murdered, and he's not here.
Well, he was the kind of child that was real inquisitive. He liked to take things apart, which was what led him to want to be a mechanical engineer. He, always was taking the toaster apart, wouldn't work anymore. So I just started giving him old appliances so I wouldn't have to worry about trying to put them back together. He was poetic. He wrote poetry. He liked to play chess. He was more of a mental person than athletic.
It was a few of us there that night before we was just hanging out. Nothing special, maybe watching a movie or something, or a TV show or a game or whatever, I don't know. But we ended up, being there late till about 2:30, 3 o'clock. I was the last one to leave his house. And it's odd because I was gonna stay. I was gonna stay the night. The only reason that I left was because I had a doctor's appointment. And that's another thing with him, is because I was like, nah, I'm going to just go ahead and miss it. I can just reschedule. He was like, nah, go. He said, go. I was like, okay. So, yeah, I left, and that was it. Yeah. That was it right there. His last words was just, you need to go. So I went, and that was.
Began to process the scene. We noticed that the fuse box in the basement was standing open, and that the breakers had been thrown to an off position. And we believe that shortly after the friend left, probably about 3 a.m. on the 8th, that the suspect was in the basement, or went to the basement immediately after that, probably threw the breakers in an effort to get Mr. Ballard to come to the basement to try to determine why is the power off. And when he did, the suspect was waiting there at the bottom of the steps. Approximately 2 months prior to the homicide, there had been a confrontation in the store between Mr. Ballard and this employee, and supposedly it was over the amount of tax that was being charged on a product. That led to the argument. There was a second confrontation after this one where the suspect was standing outside the BP. Mr. Ballard drove by. Supposedly Mr. Ballard may have flipped him off. The guy followed him to Mr. Ballard's home. So we knew that he knew where Mr. Ballard lived. When we interviewed the suspect about this, he readily admitted, yeah, I had a problem with this guy, but that's all it was just this type of things. He said Ballard had a gun. When I followed him to his house, Ballard got out with a gun, and I drove off after that. But I had nothing to do with his death.
Such a waste. That's it. Such a waste. He has so much to offer. Such a waste. And whoever did it is just still walking around.